Brandon Bennett and Pat Slack here, Century 21 Commercial in Kearney, Nebraska. The next in our Fast Friday videos. Pat, we got some snow earlier this week and cold weather is here to stay for a while, but let's talk fishing this week of all things to discuss here in the period between Thanksgiving and Christmas, because one of the fundamental underlying tenets that I have in commercial real estate is you cannot get what you do not ask for. And sometimes, especially in residential real estate, there's a certain emotion that comes through. This is the house you raised your kids in. But so many times for commercial property, it's all about the numbers.
You know, and just to clarify what fishing is, you know, sometimes in order to get communication started, you make offers. Sometimes those offers seem like they're offendable to either party. And that's not the case. That's just sort of communication. But obviously, relationships do require communication, and you have to open those communications up somehow. Now, with that said, we try to provide that counsel so you know when an offer comes in, it's maybe not our goals, okay? The goals, the motivations, and really what market data is telling us make our answers to what we do for a counteroffer in a seller's position. But coming in as a buyer on the first shot, oftentimes we don't know what their motivations are, so you can't necessarily, quote unquote, bash the offer. You know, let's discuss it. Let's discuss it, let's go through it, let's get that data, and then merge our thoughts together and re-propose.
And that's where two quality realtors come together, because one is representing, as you said, the motivation of the seller, that sometimes the motivation is not interested to sell. Maybe it's on the market, but they really don't want to sell it. And sometimes you've got a highly motivated seller, for whatever reason, really needs to get rid of it, but they don't want to give the property away. On the other hand, if you've got a buyer, may or may not be interested, but only at the right price. Well,
and that's it. Perspective is a big key here component to these offer conversations. You know, a lower offer that is clean and provisionless, if you will, tends to be kind of a better offer sometimes than the higher offer that's all jammed up with things that need to get done. So that's what I mean by the conversation. Just because an offer comes in and on the surface, the knee jerk is to get upset or worked up about it, try to avoid that. That's why we have those hard conversations, to sit down and say, hey, let's talk about this.
Negotiation is both an art and a science, and so many times we don't want to be the first to push back from the table. Pat Slack and Brandon Bennett's here. If you have any questions about listing your next property or the negotiation process, give us a call. Century 21 Commercial here in Kearney, Nebraska, 308-234-5550. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving and have a happy holiday season coming up.